Hey everybody, it's video 44 coming at you with another video. So, uh, Phoenix, we got a potential problem. DeAndre Ayton has not been offered the max, and he wants it. Thing is, Phoenix doesn't really want to give it to him because they've already paid Chris Paul. So I'm thinking they're hoping that he'd take a little less, and then probably on the back end a little later, they would pay him. And he wants, he saw Michael Porter get his, he saw Luka get his, he saw Shea get his, he saw Trey get his. He was in the finals. He was asked to basically run out there with no power forward. He had to try to guard Giannis in the damn finals. He wants his money. That's it. That's literally it. He wants his money. I don't know where this goes from here. I haven't given this any thought. I just read it. You know what I mean? I'm just processing this now. I don't know if it's time to panic or if this is something that they'll come around to and just give him his money. In a vacuum, do I want to pay him that contract? Do I think of him as valuable as Luka Doncic? I don't. No, I don't. Not yet. But he's been to the finals. He was there, and that does put him in an echelon that those guys just, quite frankly, haven't reached. So, yeah, did he do it with the presence of Devin Booker and Chris Paul and Mikal Bridges and all that they had going on with their team? Of course. But if you're them, the thing is, you paid Chris Paul. You paid Chris Paul. You made sure that you got Cameron Payne paid. Obviously, Devin Booker has his. It's time to pay DeAndre Ayton. And you knew this was coming. So it's like, I understand you wanted to pay Chris Paul, and I thought that was very important you do that. And Chris Paul is going to drive a hard bargain because this is essentially his last contract. But now you don't have the money to pay the kid that basically makes you big, the guy that gives you the size that you need. And you're not going to find another DeAndre Ayton. Not at all. They're not out there. I don't know what to tell Phoenix. You might have to. Oh man, see this is something that I don't know what to say. Like, maybe they have to trade him. Maybe they have to consider what's next, because at the end of the day, if you can't keep him, you certainly can't let him walk. Now, they have championship aspirations for this season, so there's no way in any way I'm trading him at all. So now you're just in a situation where you have to risk letting him walk. So what I see on the horizon is Phoenix just gonna have to bite the bullet and pay him. They just got to pay him. They don't want to. It's gonna put them over the cap likely. I'm pretty sure that puts them in a bad spot. But this is a player that you can't win without. You're not a special team without him, even though you have Devin Booker and Chris Paul. Chris Paul is aging. And I don't know that there's any relief for you. You're going to have to choose between Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton now. Obviously, Devin Booker's not, he's the guy you keep. Unless he just, for some reason, decides he wants out, which I don't see coming. So this is a mess. So yeah, that's what it is. Phoenix has now found themselves in a situation, if nothing else, is just distracting. More than anything, it's just distracting. Because now the analysts are going to be talking about it. Trade rumors are going to start popping up. People are going to start saying things like Ben Simmons, even though that makes absolutely no sense. But you'll hear stuff like that coming, and it's like, it's if Phoenix just goes ahead and pays him, they'll be happy because even though they'll be stretched over the cap, they'll still be in contention. And that's ultimately what it's about when you have Chris Paul on contract at that pay. Because what you're going to have now is Chris Paul's value is going to decrease if Ayton goes out the door and you don't bring back something like Karl Towns, which in theory doesn't make any sense because all the players that will help you are going to be at that pay rate that you don't want to pay him. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like they're in a weird spot. They might as well just go ahead and pay him, because you're not going to trade Chris Paul. That's not going to happen. First of all, you would get no return for Chris Paul because his contract's not very good at all. No one in the league wants that at all. Maybe Philly. Maybe Philly. Maybe you make the trade. But then again, if the point is to try to keep from spending that money, so bringing in Ben Simmons is absolutely redundant, and that doesn't help the situation at all. So it's like you don't have any real better option than to give him his contract. That is your best option. Because any other option is going to bring your value of your entire team down and ultimately send you back into the cellar from which you came. You don't want to do that. Pay the damn luxury tax. Pay the player that you drafted to be who it is that he is. He already led you to the finals, along with Chris Paul and of course Devin Booker. Everybody's happy. You're rich. Sarver, pay the money, bro. What are we doing? Pay the guy. Pay the man. That's it. The end. Pay him. That's all. I mean, it boils down to, if you're going to own a basketball team, this is what it takes to make the team good. And if you're not willing to invest the money that it takes to make the basketball team good, then sell the team to somebody who will. So you don't have a city full of angry people who want to like ruin other things in your life by voting against them. Because you know you have other things that you want to handle in the city. People are going to be voting against you because of how you run their team. You got the Phoenix Suns to where they need to be. The fans are happy. They just made the finals. You got this great young center who you drafted. You should have took Luka Doncic. We all know it, but hey, you took him. He's great. Pay him. Freaking pay him. That's what any other team would do. Anybody else that would have DeAndre Ayton, what are they going to do? They're going to pay him. They can give him the same contract. Do you? He's more deserving of that contract than some of the other guys who got it. So give it to him. The end. That's it. But I'm not sure they're going to do it. James Jones is in a weird spot because I know he don't want to trade Ayton. No, he doesn't want to trade Ayton. Now, the return for Ayton could be pretty damn good. Don't get it twisted. You can get a hell of a return for Ayton. But it's more like 4 quarters. You know, as Max Kellerman often says, it's not going to be $1. It's going to be 4 quarters. You're going to be getting back assets, picks, and stuff like that. Things that don't help you win now. With a Chris Paul contract that definitely needs to win now. Good luck. I don't know. Bad teams stay bad because of decisions such as these, man. DeAndre Ayton's contract wouldn't be the bad contract, you guys. It's Chris Paul's. That's the reality of their situation. Pay DeAndre Ayton. You already have the bad contract that's put you over the cap. In other words, in my opinion, you're already where you don't want to be. You just don't want to face it. It's like, are you really going to let your team deteriorate because you don't want to do what it takes to keep the team together, and when the bad contract is already signed? It is. It's not his. It's Chris Paul. So anyway, that's what I got, man. Phoenix, do the right thing. Pay that man his money. My name is BDF44. Thank you for watching. I'm out.